Hey friends, it's Bo Mattingly. Thanks once again for taking the time to listen to the Hog Pod. And today, as we approach the Super Bowl, the crew wanted to go back into our vault and share the conversation we had with 49ers linebacker Dre Greenlaw. Back in 2019, he stopped by our studio and shared his incredible journey while he was preparing for the draft. It's truly inspiring, and we are honored to share it once again, remastered and updated. I hope you enjoy Dre Greenlaw.
I've spent years in foster homes. I've been in the boys group home in 9th grade, lived 3 months in the shelter, been in RTC centers and in different type of just homes that, a lot of people can't relate to us. We can survive anything. I keep that in my mind every day that I wake up that, I'm a survivor. I wake up, I'm a survivor. I feel like, what has happened in my life previously, there's nothing that can't stop me from where I want to be and where I want to go.
This is John Lynch from the San Francisco 49ers, buddy. We're going to make you a Niner, all right? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Coach. I've been ready.
I know you've been ready, man. I know it's been
Coach,
a long way.
I've been ready. I'm ready to get to work.
Welcome into the Hog Pod. I'm Bo Mattingly, and this episode is made possible by our friends at Vold Vision, Saracen Resort, and South by Northwest Hospitality.
Over the middle, intercepted. Greenlaw picked off by Trey at the 40-yard line.
Dre Greenlaw is as gifted as a Will linebackers I've had.
After him, football's on the ground. The Razorbacks.
This is not a blindside story. This is not some five-star blue-chip recruit that moved in with a coach. That's not how things happen.
Dre Greenlaw's story is about enduring childhood hardships that most of us can't even imagine. Constantly moving from shelters to group homes around the state with no real family around to help him out. It's a scenario you hope no one has to ever experience.
I grew up lonely a lot of nights. I cried a lot of nights.
But something happened when Dre finally landed in Fayetteville. He got the chance to start playing football on a regular basis. And it helped him find a new life in more ways than one.
I grew up just to myself, so I've never had really a family other than football.
No, this isn't a blindside story. What it is, however, is a testament to overcoming adversity and achieving dreams. Dre Greenlaw's life changed forever because he found family and football. And that put him on a path to the University of Arkansas. And now, the NFL.
The San Francisco 49ers select Dre Greenlaw, linebacker from Arkansas.
Yeah!
When I think of Dre Greenlaw, I think that if you had a headline for the story, it's how football changed your life.
No doubt.
So let's start from as far back as you can remember.
Okay.
How your life was. Tell me your story.
So basically growing up, I got 11 brothers and sisters and all. But, I grew up just with my mom. I was never with my dad. He was just never really in the picture. Growing up, we never got everything we wanted, never at all. Everybody always had the nice shoes and stuff, and, I never could afford any of that. Mom, she would have a job, and, kind of wouldn't, and just really did her best to try to make ends meet. And then it was kind of a little bit just, generation with my, family, kind of got involved with a little bit of the drug process.
You mean in the court system?
The court system, basically. Mm-hmm. Got involved with that. My grandma, that was always tough with us. But my mom would allow other people to move in with her. My grandma or my uncle, my aunt. So
kind of dysfunctional house
really,
situation.
really dysfunctional. Always
people coming and going.
Exactly.
Hey, watch Dre, watch his siblings.
Exactly. So a majority of the time, my older brother was watching us. So
and how old are you around this time?
Around this time, I'm probably the second, third grade.
Okay.
Yeah. So
7, 8 years old.
7, 8 years old. So then, kind of moving around from house to house a little bit. Never really had,
kind of getting passed around the family.
Yeah. So me and my mom and my brothers and sisters, we'll go stay with one of my mom's friends, and then we'll go stay, with my grandma friend. After they just stay with us when we were younger. Just moving around a lot. So then, first day of sixth grade is when I got sent to foster care. We all had different dads and moms, so everybody kind of went, opposite directions. We all got split up, which is really hard for me, just, being away from family. And I'm acting up basically a lot. Just was angry, you know. I felt like, you know, I didn't have as much as everybody.
Lonely?
Oh, very lonely.
Wow. And so you're with this family.
It's one lady actually, and she got like 7 or 8 foster kids. So moved around from Little Rock, went to Marietta, Eastern Arkansas. Stayed there for about 2 years. I actually went from 6th to part of 8th grade in Marietta, and then ended up in a shelter in Little Rock. You know, stayed there longer than I was supposed to. I think it was like 45 days or 3 months, something like that. Finished my 8th grade year off in Fayetteville, Ramey Junior High. That's when I got sent to a group home down here.
I'm having a hard time keeping up.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it was like living that. You didn't just move all over one city. You moved all over the state.
Oh, yeah. So I know everybody from
every
everywhere.
county.
Yeah, no doubt. I live east, south, everywhere.
It's incredible. So how did football enter your life, and what did it do, even if everybody that you came in contact with treated you well, which I'm sure isn't true, but let's just say they did, you still got to be very confused, and you got to feel like you don't belong to anybody.
Oh, no doubt.
And you got no sense of belonging, right?
No doubt.
So how did that change? How did football play a role in that?
I've always just been a big football fan, though. You know, never could play it consistently, play a year or two. Before 8th grade, I moved to Fayetteville, but never could, you know, play consistently with everybody. But in 8th grade, when I moved to the group home, and they saw how well I was doing as far as academics and stuff like that, and how well I just got along with everybody. So they knew how much I love football too. Front yard, just, you know, playing football and stuff. So 8th grade, I started playing football for Ramey Junior High. And 9th grade comes along, and, you know, I'm playing football and stuff like that for Ramey. And man, just meeting the friends that I had made that, you know, I've never experienced that. I never experienced it. You know, I grew up lonely, so I grew up by myself. That's why, you know, I don't really stay with anybody now. I grew up just to myself, so I've never had really a family that I could call family other than football. You know, especially being in that moment, being, you know, how much I had went through, but just the amount of fun that I had, you know, and how much everybody on that team meant to me, and how much, you know, everything about it. You know, I just loved everything about it. So that's when I really, like, you know, football became family for me. Like, I enjoyed the sport. And I mean, somebody like me growing up, you know, without a family, I've always felt like every football team, or, you know, because, you know, when you play for a football team, you spend 70% of your time practicing, working out with those group of guys. So, you know, I just feel like everywhere I go, you know, football team's always been my family.
So a lot of people answer the question when they're talking football, you know, what's your why? Why do you play football?
My why is just the love that I get from the game, the love that I get to be around, you know, the people that I get to be around, the sweat, the grind, the tears. I get to, you know, practice every day with, you know, the guys that, you know, that's doing the same with me, you know. And it's a different type of love. Just, you know, when you're out there every day, you know, with somebody 24/7, you know, grinding, hitting, I mean, that's my why right there. Just the love and the support and the family that I make playing the game. I mean, you can't beat it.
Kind of purpose for you?
Yeah, it is my purpose. You know, football, you know, I get to not only be myself and, you know, be around my family and my friends, but it's my way of always, you know, releasing my energy too, you know, releasing everything that I went through and all that. You know, it's a way of me just releasing my pain, my emotions, and I mean, I love it.
You've talked about faith playing a role. When did that become a factor for you? And how did it, along with football, kind of help give you a way out of your circumstances? You
know, when I was in Marietta, I really started going to church. I felt like God spoke to me. I don't know what it was. I don't know how. You know, like I said, I grew up lonely a lot of nights. You know, I cried a lot of nights. So, you know, everything's always seemed perfect when, you know, when he's around everybody. But like I said, I cried a lot of nights. So, you know, I had nobody to talk to. So I used to talk to God. God was the person I talked to, you know. When I feel like something's going wrong, you know, I give it to God, you know, and I ask God, you know, why this to me, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I just always feel like God has told me that he would take care of me, you know. And that's not exactly how it went. It went more like, you know, God gave me the ability, you know, to be with my family, to, you know, take care of myself, and, you know, and find my reason, you know, because I'm sitting here, I'm 12 years old, you know, 6th, 5th grade, and you know, I got a couple friends from school, but I'm living out in the country, so I don't have a lot of people around me. So God just plays such a big role in, you know, my character. It taught me how to be a better person. So the stuff that I was doing back then, I wasn't doing that now. And he's just been with me just through the whole process. And I mean, it's crazy because, you know, you got to really kind of experience it in order for you to really tell somebody how good God is. But he's just been there every step of the way. And, you know, sometimes I'm doing this and I'm just praying in my head, just praying to God, just telling God, thank you.
Hey, if you're tired of glasses and contacts, no matter your age, you know, with a LASIK or clear lens exchange from Volt Vision in Northwest Arkansas, you could change everything. Volt Vision proudly offers more vision correction procedures than any other clinic in Arkansas. And if you mention HogPod, you get $500 off. It's a quick 15-minute procedure, an easy 24-hour recovery, and no matter your age, you can experience freedom from contacts and glasses. Join the thousands of happy patients at Volt Vision who only wish they had done it sooner. Get your free consultation today and discover if you're a candidate for LASIK or clear lens exchange. Call or text 479-595-5227 or visit voltvision.com. And don't forget, mention HogPod and you get $500 off. Volt Vision, proud to be the official eye care providers of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Your sight is our vision. For a while now, we've been telling you about the Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from downtown Little Rock. The Saracen is Arkansas's favorite place to play, featuring 2,000 thrilling slots and 50 exciting table games. They even offer Arkansas's only live poker room. But the fun doesn't end there at Saracen. You can also enjoy dining in one of their many restaurants, including their world-class Las Vegas-style Quapaw Kitchens buffet. There's something for everyone on the buffet with hundreds of choices, also including seafood, frog legs, prime rib, and cooked-to-order ribeye steaks. And the desserts are amazing, too. Then there's the critically acclaimed Red Oak Steakhouse, rapidly becoming known as Arkansas's top restaurant. The Red Oak features cattle and bison from their own herds in Oklahoma. Plus, they are the South's only restaurant that is licensed to serve authentic Japanese Kobe beef, flown in weekly from Japan. The Saracen Casino Resort has it all. It's Vegas, Arkansas style. When did your life get to a point where when you went to bed at night, you no longer felt lost, confused, lonely?
So whenever I started playing football, one day I got hurt and had to go to the hospital to get some treatment. And that's when I met Coach Early. He was at the high school and he was just asking me questions. You know, it was me and another guy. He was just like, what y'all doing up here? You know, what school y'all play for? I told him Raymond that, we got a game a couple of days and, we was up here getting treatment and stuff. And he was like, okay. So, him being, the high school coach, he wanted to know more about us and stuff. And he would just ask, where you stay, where you live and that type of deal. Told him the group home. Then he asked me where I was from. And I told him Conway. Just, started building a good connection. Started showing up at the group home and just like, how would you like to, come live with me and just supporting me. Took me, to the mall, took me shopping and doing different things because I didn't have a lot of clothes at the time. So he did a lot of good things for me. And I think that's when I felt a lot secured and, I don't have to cry no more at night and all that type of deal. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you had a family.
Brian Early, who was a Fayetteville assistant coach when Dre was playing for Fayetteville, of course, brought him into his family.
The relationship with Dre, when things first started out, really, there was no plan to adopt or anything like that. It was really just, here's a kid that really doesn't have any family, that really doesn't have a positive male role model in his life, and just really trying to be a mentor for him and to be someone that's in his corner. I mean, I can remember taking him to his first Razorback game on a Saturday. I can remember us taking him him to church and then out to eat after church and things like that. And then we would go back and drop him off at the boys' home where he was living. You know, if you've ever met Dre, he's easy to get to know, easy to talk to, and he just grows on you and you get attached to him really quickly. And he had that type of effect on us as a family, my wife and our 2 daughters. You know, falling into those relationships with him was just kind of natural and easy and just happened.
That is awesome, man. Yeah, all over my
Football led you to a coach took interest in you, and then that coach helped build your confidence and your sense of belonging, and then eventually took you in as a family. Has your adversity in life created the character and the will to compete that can make you successful today? Like, you wouldn't draw it up this way, but now you can actually draw from it, and kind of whatever you face can't be tougher than being a kid thinking that nobody loves you and you don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah,
right.
You know, you're definitely right. Just everything that I've been through, from when I was a kid, I went to foster care in the first day of 6th grade. You know, I was told by my family that I was gonna come back with them. Never did. Went years without seeing my mom, Mariana, and you know, that hurt like no other. You know, like I said, I was a mama's boy. My older brother, he had left and went to stay with my aunt before we all split up. So, you know, I felt like almost like I had to take care of my mom. So just being away from her, being away from my brothers and sisters and everything that I've been through, and knowing God and who he is and how much he did for me, I feel like, you know, I can do whatever. I feel like there's nothing that, you know, I can't do. That's why I said, you know, regardless of if it's, you know, football, whatever it is, I'm going to be successful, because I feel like God, everything that he put me through, you know, he want to put me in something in order that he know that I can't make it out of. And I feel like there's just nothing I can make out of, just from going through everything.
Over the middle, intercepted. Greenlaw picked off by Trey at the 40-yard line. He'll make it back to the 38. Greenlaw dropping back into coverage, picked it off, and the Razorbacks have a turnover.
When did you realize that you were really good at football? You had a really big shot to be next level college player, maybe more. When did you realize that?
You know, you don't really realize it because, you know, I'm the type of person I always, as confident as I am, I always doubt myself. So, but that doubt also at the same time always keeps me working. I want to be better than the next person. You know, I'm gonna find a way regardless. So, you know, in my head, I still feel like nobody, you know, not too many people believe in me. So, I mean, I just got in my head just to go prove them wrong and prove, you know, the ones that do it, that's with me, right. So, I mean, it's not really, I can't say that, you know, I just believe that I'm going to do this. But I just believe that, you know, I'm gonna give it all I got, and that I know that if I work hard, then I'll be successful.
How do you feel when you're on the football field and you're having success?
I just feel like I'm just finna rack it up. Like I just, you know, I kind of get a good feel for it. You know, that first couple plays, but you know, whenever I, you know, make that first tackle and, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, that's what I like right there. So.
That's your joy, playing football?
That's my joy. Just I love tackling people, and like when I love like just I don't know, like I love it. You know, I just love the game, man. It does so much for me because, you know, like I said, I love tackling people, so, you know, releases a lot of anger too. But I love making plays and, you know, helping my teammates, man. And you know, it was a tough couple of seasons in Arkansas, so you know, I really hate that from the bottom of my gut. You know, just how things, you know, turned out because, you know, I did watch a couple games, you know, going through everything I did. And I used to hear all the time just Darren McFadden and, you know, Arkansas Razorbacks. And I had no clue where Arkansas Razorbacks was at. So before I came to Fayetteville, I always used to think that Arkansas, like, was in Little Rock, like Arkansas Razorback. Like, I don't know, you know, when you're coming from central Arkansas, you know, you don't hear too much about Northwest Arkansas. Yeah. So in that you know, time, you know, I'm being so young, you know, I was just thinking, you know, Razorbacks in Little Rock type of deal, and coming down here and just, you know, seeing the Razorbacks and, you know, every effort that I put into trying to get a scholarship and being able to play here, like, you know, I just love the university, man.
Who were your biggest offers when you chose Arkansas?
Georgia came down and offered me. I had Ohio State, and I never really considered nobody else though, other than Arkansas and Arkansas State, of course. So, You know, my dad was at Arkansas State.
Yeah. So he ended up going into college and being a college coach. Was that a hard decision, not going to Arkansas State, when Brian Early, who did all of these things for you as far as taking you in, you know, this is the guy that you call dad, he's over at Arkansas State. Was it hard to say, no, you're going to be a Razorback?
Yeah, it wasn't hard to think it, but it was hard to tell him. You know, I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is no problem. So, oh my God, I was thinking like, dude, this is what I work for. Like, why would I, you know, like, this is what I, you know, this is why I wake up every morning. This is why I do this. This is why I work out twice a day. This is what I was supposed to get. Like, I earned it, you know. I was hurt at the same time though. You know, I was actually told that I had 2 weeks to commit. And my dad, he actually called me to tell me I had an offer from Arkansas before Coach B did, because Coach B had called him. You know, so you know, I'm thinking like, man, like, you know, when he's telling me, he's like, man, you got a choice to make, and you know, you're gonna be happy with my choice regardless. But you know, I had just talked to Coach Anderson, the coach at Arkansas State. I was like, man, I'm coming here, like, and, you know, so it's getting rough. So you know, I called my dad first, and you know, I just tell him like, you know, what would you do if Arkansas offered you?
You know, that's one of those deals where, you know, the coach in me wanted to press him and keep him committed to us at Arkansas State. And then the dad in me, you know, you want him to make his own decision. You don't want to make decisions for him. And so really we kind of stepped back and just tried to be there for him when he had questions about the process. But we felt like all of Dre's life, he's had decisions made for him. He gets pulled away from his biological family. They close down group homes. They move into another town. I mean, he's had things like that go on in his life since he was 8, 9 years old. We thought, hey, for one time in the kid's life, let's let him make a decision and do what he wants to do. He ended up at Arkansas, and things worked out pretty well for him.
My name is Dre Greenlaw, and I play safety, and I'll be going to the Arkansas Razorbacks.
So it was definitely a tough decision, definitely a tough time telling him. Then again, you know, he knew just how much I worked just to be able to go get that scholarship.
South by Northwest Hospitality Catering, owners of Theo's in Fayetteville and Rogers, Eastside Grill, and Southern Food Company, has you covered for all your catering events. Whether planning a tailgate for a Razorback game, hosting a rehearsal dinner, or providing breakfast and lunch for a business meeting, you can contact South by Northwest Hospitality for all your catering needs. Offering some of the best food around. Take advantage of their catering food truck for your next lunch event. Rent their smoker and have a family reunion barbecue, or elevate your experience with Theo's Cuisine. Whichever direction you're going, call on Theo's, Eastside Grill, or Southern Food Company. What kind of message would you share with kids that may be in a similar situation that you were in, and they maybe feel a little hopeless and they're lost in some ways?
Really, my message is just that I think the saying is tough times don't last, you know, tough people do. So I feel like, you know, if you're in that situation and, you know, anything that I've been through, times are going to get better. And, you know, I feel like those are some of the toughest people in the world. And if you can out-tough that, then you can out-tough anything. So, but you got to have God on your side, you know. Just keep moving forward, you know. Don't allow your past, you know, to dictate your future. You know, you can set your own future for yourself, and it's up to you. It's all up to you. So, you know, you can't blame nobody for your past and, you know, their mistakes. You just got to learn, live, and move on.
So you've been sharing with us your journey. Where would you say you are in that journey?
I feel like I'm early on in the chapters.
Dre, how you doing? This is John Lynch from the San Francisco 49ers, buddy. We're going to make you a Niner, all right? You ready?
I'm ready, Coach. I've been ready.
I'm going to push myself until I can't no more, because that's all I know. That's all I've been through. That's all I think. Like I said, though, I got plenty left in the gas tank, so, you know, the journey is just starting.
When you're done playing football, you said you want to coach. Why do you want to coach?
Just the joy and excitement that I get from it. You know, just being at university and, you know, some of the guys that were under me, you know, that was, you know, wanting to play and, you know, as a senior, you know, taking my pads off and helping them out and trying to show them exactly what I see and how to do it and, you know, what to look for. And, you know, when I see those guys get it and guys pick it up, I mean, it's one of the greatest feelings ever. So, you know, just to help somebody, you know, not only on the field, but off the field, you know, help somebody's life, help them become a better person. you know, and be able to reach their goals that they, you know, want to achieve.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
So wrap things up with this. When people see Dre Greenlaw from now to the end of time, whether it's on TV on Sundays in the NFL or coaching ball 25 years from now, what do you want them to think when they see you?
You say, I mean, just that young man is a survivor. And that's what I want people to think of me, you know. Everything I went through, injuries, everything. You know, if you see me on Sundays and I'm still playing, and I definitely survived a lot. So, you know, I got to run across my chest. So, you know, that's what I want people to think when they see me.
Good luck, man.
I appreciate it.
We'll be watching.
Yes, sir.
He's got a chance here to match. Realistically, need at least 25 yards. Love. Pressure up the middle. Runs away. Throws across his body. And that is picked. 49ers have it. Greenlaw. San Francisco takes over.
Thanks again for joining us on the Hog Pod, a production of Sport and Story in Learfield. Please go to Apple Podcast or wherever you get podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review the Hog Pod. A video version of this and the entire Hog Pod library can be found at hogsplus.com. I'm Bo Mattingly, your host and executive producer. This week's episode was engineered, mixed, and edited by Sawyer Radler. Theme music for the Hog Pod is composed by Sweet 25. Our supervising producers are Sawyer Radler, Kyle Parkinson, and Justin DeLille. Special thanks to Dre Greenlaw, J.R. Carroll, Brian Early, the San Francisco 49ers, Fox Sports, and the Pig Trail Nation. Support for the Hog Pod comes from Volt Vision, the official eye care provider of the Razorbacks, Saracen Resort, now open in Pine Bluff, and South by Northwest Hospitality. Visit them in Northwest Arkansas at Theo's, Eastside Grill, and Southern Food Company.